Omicron Begone! It's been almost 400 years since Rembrandt did this etching of himself and Saskia. He was not known while he was alive for his portraits, but for etchings on metal. History can change over time, over what you know from your lifetime and what's reality. Look at this. This is from thehill.com. Who skipped naming the Omicron variant after Qi because they thought it would offend the Chinese president or the Chinese Communist Party? I saw something on Tucker Carlson, and I don't trust what any news outlet simply reports, so I go and do the research and check on what they're talking about. And in fact, this Omicron variant of the coronavirus that you're hearing a lot about at the end of 2021, the scientists who initially sounded the alarm are apparently surprised at all of the world leaders, such as Joe Biden, who have jumped at the chance to enact new controls over their own citizens based on no one dying from the Omicron variant. Leading South African scientists who initially sounded the alarm on Omicron warned it is still too early to determine that the Omicron variant will only cause mild illness. Why are American Democrat leaders panicking over Omicron? Well, they're not panicking. It's a crass political move to exercise more power over the American people. On November 25th, the South African government and scientists announced that a new variant, later christened Omicron by the World Health Organization, had been found in the country. Richard Lessels said the severity of disease caused by the new strain may be masked by the fact that many people have already contracted other variants or have been inoculated, giving them some immunity. Now read how this closes. Lessels expects that while the Omicron variant may evade antibodies, the body's other defenses, such as T cells, may still be effective. T cells kill infected cells. We expect that the protection you have against severe disease is much more difficult for this variant to get around. We don't expect this will have any effect on the therapeutics we use. So why are politicians around the world using Omicron as an excuse to seize more power against you, their enemies? Politicians such as Joe Biden and the Democratic Party have declared their enemies are the unvaccinated. President Biden went shopping November 28th, 2021. He had his mask off. I guess the rules of mandates, vaccines, and stopping the spread of this virus are not universal when you are the powerful elite ruling this country. African reporter presses Fauci. What justifies the travel ban on countries with no cases of Omicron? Dr. Anthony Fauci had no good answer for an African reporter wondering about the science behind the Biden administration's decision to restrict travel from certain African countries after the discovery of the Omicron variant. President Biden told reporters at the time of his decision that he decided we're going to be cautious. We don't know a lot about the variant except that it is a big concern and seems to spread rapidly. Since Fauci was part of the decision-making process, the African reporter sought some clarification on how the restrictions were devised. What justifies imposing a travel ban on countries that have zero case of the Omicron variant? Fauci, who claims to, quote, represent science, unquote, did not have a very scientific answer for him. Well, I think the answer is obvious. We have a bunch of racist, bigot supremacists running the Biden administration who hate Africans because of their skin color. Frankly, the Constitution of the United States never granted powers like this to a president. Why are there no Republicans standing up to Joe Biden when he seizes powers that no president was ever permitted to have, even in the most extreme wartime situations, or when the 1918 influenza pandemic killed 3 million people worldwide? Why does no one stand up to this guy? New York Governor Kathy Hochul declares a state of emergency on something that has killed no American. Listen to this man. He is an epidemiologist and senior fellow at the Federation of American Scientists, Dr. Eric Feigelding. He said initial data from the variant was worrying and border restrictions should be imposed. Then candidate Joe Biden called any travel bans over COVID xenophobic and racist. Who elected Dr. Eric Feigelding to impose border restrictions? Why are there only border restrictions on people legally traveling between countries? Biden's new COVID-19 travel ban ignores southern border. Visitors coming from South America and 7 other African countries are now banned from trying to reach the U.S. But these same visitors, if they manage to reach America's southern border through Mexico and bring a child with them, are likely to be caught and released into the United States of America without any testing whatsoever. Nature magazine, Omicron-variant border bans ignore the evidence, say scientists. Researchers say travel restrictions in response to the newly discovered coronavirus variant come too late and could even slow studies of Omicron. Dated December 2nd, 2021. That's today. This is the same Nature magazine that endorsed Joe Biden for the 2020 presidential election. That's not following the science. And since Joe Biden doesn't follow the science, shouldn't Nature magazine rescind their endorsement of Joe Biden? He's doing travel bans just like Trump. They just apply different labels to them. Why is this such an important issue for the Democratic Party? It's not protecting your health. It's about power.